Hey everyone, it is Yudia. Welcome back to my channel. I am excited for today's video because it is the unboxing of my weekly duo, the weekly duo from Just Scribbles, and it is for my 2026 planner. So I have been waiting for this planner to come for quite a bit now. Um, there's some issues with the delivery, and the original planner that was supposed to be shipped got damaged. And so this is actually a replacement planner that Shiv from Just Scribbles sent. And I believe um, a lot of planners were damaged during shipment, so Shiv has had to go through a lot of things to get these planners or replacement planners to her customers, and she has done a wonderful, amazing job um, as a shop owner. She's by herself doing everything, and she's just delivered excellent customer service. And if you guys know her, please give her some love online. She is just amazing, and please support her at Just Scribbles. But anyways, um, this is my first planner that I'm gonna be using from her shop, and so I'm excited. It is the Weekly Duo, and in her shipment box, we got a freebie of blotter paper. So I am excited to use that because I've never used blotter paper before. So thank you for providing this for me. I'm gonna definitely use it. The other thing in the kit were these little cute um, vinyl stickers. This is adorable. And then it has this one. Oh my gosh. Goals and habits and plans. Clipboard sticker. A big pencil sticker. And her card. Again, show her some love. She has great planners and just awesome information on her channel, not just about her planners and her products, but she does really excellent reviews on the other things that she uses. So yeah, and then she also has a Facebook group for Just Scribbles that she just opened up. So anyways, there you go. And finally, the planner itself. I'm actually glad that the planner delivery got delayed because um, dealing with my health stuff, I've actually been a bit overwhelmed and not in the mental space to like think about my planner, how I'm going to use it. So um, I wasn't in a rush to get my hands on it. But it's here and I'm happy. This is, I don't know if you guys can see um, the cover here. The feel of it feels a bit like denim, which is really cool. It's white and looks has like the denim pattern, and also feels a bit like denim. So it's really nice. Granted, my fingers, I have peripheral neuropathy from chemo, so take that with a grain of salt in my description of the cover. Um, but the Weekly Duo is an all in one planner, so the whole year of 2026, so it's not split into two books. Um, and there's only, in terms of like blank pages, there's only 40 blank pages at the back. So hold on. So I got this book specifically for 2026 because I wasn't planning to do daily journaling where I needed like 365 pages or whatnot of blank pages or dated um, dailies. So again, my reason is I have peripheral neuropathy and writing has been a challenge so far. And so I didn't want to be pressured or have a planner that, had too many blank pages where I felt the need to write a whole ton. But so that's why I got this planner, one of the reasons. The other reason is I'll show you in a bit why, but let's just do one page at a time. This is the um, the one with my plans, and that's like the title or cover page thingy. Wait, hold on. Oh yeah. So there's this as well. The paper, it's not Toma River paper. I think it's the Cosmo Air Light or the B7. Um, and it's thicker than the Tomo River paper, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to use and try a new type of paper. But there's my keys on here, and you could color code or do like whatever, like an X or any of your key and write what it's for. It has the 2026 calendar, full year, annual, and then like a future plan for 2027. And it's only up to June um, 2027 because obviously by the time we reached January, we'd already have our new planner. So this is just allowing us to future plan a bit to be able to set up the 2027 planner. I like it. I love how crisp her font is and the color. It's not too dark, but it's also not too light, and the size is very nice. Not too small. Then we get to the perpetual yearly. Um, in this book, it's all the way from January to December. And unlike other planners, she has it where there's a gap between um, each month, which is cool. And I like just how, I don't know, it feels like there's like the font is big, the boxes are a good size, and yet and there's like enough space where we're able to have those gaps, and yet it's like the same size and it's not crammed. So yeah, I like her layout and spacing of things. And then the weekends are a gray color, obviously. And then we get to the annual goals pages, and then a blank page. So here you could do a vision board or decorate or leave it as is, but it's a white page, a blank page, no grid on it. And then comes to the quarter one overview page, and then the quarter one goals page, and then the quarter one, which is January, February, Um, and then March, um, habit tracker. And it's interesting, I just noticed. So, for example, January goes up to the 31st, and then in February, there's only 28 days. So, there's actually the grid stops at the 28th day. So, there's, blank right here. So, you could decorate, use that for decoration. So, there's no extra grid lines after the end of the month. So I find that and that's something new as well. And then in March, it goes all the way to 31, and then you have this blank um, grid section to write notes or do whatever you want with it. And then it goes to a quarterly, I guess, project management type layout, like a mini calendar for each of the month in that quarter and a blank page here. I do know Just Scribbles, I think she has a playlist on some ideas of like lots of ideas on how you can use these pages in her planner. If you wanted to get some ideas, you can go check her YouTube channel. And then immediately after that, you have a blank um, page as well, grid page. Again, you can decorate, you could do vision board, you could use it for pictures, you could basically do anything you want with it. It's a blank page. And then it's the monthly overview. So basically, you could use it as an introduction to that month. And then it goes into the monthly pages for future planning or whatnot for January. And then two blank pages, um, and then go straight into the horizontal weekly dashboard layout. And she has like a gap here, so you could literally either bring it over or use this as a whole for something, for notes or whatever you want. It's very structured yet versatile, is how she makes her planners and layout, which is really awesome. And then this part is like a dashboard, focus and priorities. This you can use like a task list. Um, and this is like a habits thing. So, and we have this for each week. Oh, wait. Okay, and this is the duo part. So you're going to have a horizontal weekly and a vertical weekly all in one planner. So that's amazing. That's another reason why I wanted to get this planner because there's no planner that has both the weekly, I mean the horizontal and the vertical in one that I'm aware of. Correct me if I'm wrong. So this one's my first one at least. So I'm excited to use it. I've been a vertical weekly planner so far in the Sterling Ink Common Planner as well as this year the Journey Planner. So this would be my first time using a horizontal planner layout. Um, but I'm glad that I still have the vertical to fall back on and just be familiar with in one planner. Um, and then, so yeah, the setup is you have the horizontal and the vertical back to back each week for that month. And then, so this is all January. And then you get the recap, so the end of the month recap page where you could review, how your month went, any highlights, anything that you're grateful for, or what you want to change. Um, and then the February or the next month's overview, kind of based on your your lessons learned, quote unquote, um, from the prior month. What do you want to implement in the new month, or what you want to focus on? And then you go from there again. So then you'd have the February monthly and then the weekly layouts. And then so that goes until March. So that's the first quarter. And at the end of the first quarter, so March is the end of the first quarter, and then you get your March recap, so end of the month recap, and then before going to April, you actually get a quarter one recap page, so you could review your entire quarter, um, what you've learned from January, February, March, what worked, what didn't, highlights you had from that first quarter, um, things you're grateful for, your wins from the first quarter, all the things to reflect on. And then there you have a blank page, like a fresh start before you start quarter two. And again, based on your review of quarter one, your recap of quarter one, is there anything you want to implement in quarter two? Either what you want to focus on, changes you want to make, things you want to keep, um, all the things. Then you could kind of um, use this quarter two overview page to do. You could also just decorate. Um, and then you have your quarter two goals pages, and then your habits, and this project management page, and your monthly and weeklies, vertical and horizontal, and then your next month, so April, May. So it just keeps going like that. Um, so I'm not gonna keep flipping because it's redundant, but that's pretty much um, the consistent layout that you have. And then after, when you reach December, you get the quarter recap, and then you get the blank pages. Um, I thought they had an annual recap, but I guess not. Yeah, you don't have an annual recap. You just have the quarter four recap, and then the start of the 40 blank pages for notes or collections and whatnot. The planner opens flat right away, I think, for the most part, wherever. Whoop, I think it's pretty good. Not flat flat, but I have to say it's reasonable, especially for thick paper. I think it's actually thicker paper. I shouldn't say thick paper. Sorry for shaking the camera. Mm, yeah, I would consider this pretty flat for a new planner. And the binding is very nice. The feel is really nice. Um, I'm planning, let me get my current planner. So this is my current planner. What I'm planning to do is I'm not planning to get a new cover. I'm just planning to reuse it. So I'm going to take this, my current planner from this year out, and then reuse this one. And so I could put it in this way. Actually, I have things in there. Do, do, do. So if I put it in the front, hold on. Having some challenges here, goodness. Um, the only thing I'm thinking is that because it's white, it might get, and the texture is like denim, it might get dirty fast, but I actually don't plan to get a, a cover for it just because I like the feel of this. And sometimes, like when I use it, at least when I used this journey planner, I find it hard sometimes to like, write um, when it's, what do you call that? Like when it gets thick like this, to write on this side. So I usually would kind of flip it back like this to have, for example, to have a, thick, like a flat um, writing space. So like this, um, and you can't really do this if you have um, a thick, I mean, if you have a plastic cover on top, so you can't bend the book back like this. Um, so this is why I'm not planning to get a plastic cover so that, I could bend it. So because I don't want to write, see if it's like, if I do this and try to write on this side, I would either need to put another book behind this so that I have a flat writing surface that's not bendy, or I would flip it like this. See, like, so I do that and be able to have um, a flat surface to write on. So yeah, and so that's why I don't want a plastic cover, and I'm happy that this book, the binding is strong enough to be able to handle such bending. The Journey Planner was a good planner for that as well. So, but we shall see. I'm pretty sure it might get dirty, but oh well. And I would, if I put it in the front, I could, yeah, if I put the planner in the front, if I open it, it'll immediately open like a book, like so. Um, if I put it in the back, which I did with the other planner, in the Journey Planner, um, the plus side is you get to see the beautiful cover, um, plans by Just Scribble. If you open it, you would be, you know, you could see that, but you'd have to then open this way. So it depends on your preference, how you like to use your planner. In the past, I've done it this way where I like to see um, the original planner cover and then open it like this. Um, but my sister apparently uses her planner like this and have it open immediately to her planning pages, and so you don't see the cover. So this feel is kind of more like the cover is like a book cover versus just something to carry your planner. I don't know if that makes sense. You could also put this in the back. Let's see. um, but I don't know if it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary and might actually like mess up the cover. So let's see. There you go. It's not bad. You can do that. That's nice too. But you might accidentally bend it is my only concern. But it fits on this. Um, it's a Moterm cover. Um, it's been very durable so far. I've used it all year. Um, but yeah, I'm excited. I have yet to figure out how I want to use it, so that's going to be a different video where I share how I'm going to use the spreads. Um, so stay tuned for that. Right now, my brain is blank, so I have to go back from the drawing board and really think about how I want to use it, what is important for me for 2026. I had some ideas earlier on in this year, but then things changed so much because of my health. And so, yeah, that will be, I'll need to have some quiet time and brainstorm. Um, and then I'll share with everyone how I'm planning to use this awesome planner. But I hope that gives you an idea of the weekly duo. Um, and how it fits into this cover, and maybe you might want to try it out, you know, and experiment with both a horizontal weekly and a vertical weekly. But I'll see you on the next video. I plan to do some unboxing of my Coffee Monsters Co. I haven't done that still. Um, I want to, but it'll be in the next video. I just haven't had time or the energy to do it. And so stay tuned. Bye, everyone.